Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Stuttering Drew, and yes, the title reads right. My neighborhood was pretty much destroyed overnight, Monday night, June 1st, all the way into June 2nd. My community was under attack by I'm not going to say all the people that was doing it wasn't from here, but I seen a lot of them with my own two eyes were looting and putting the merchandise into their vehicles and driving off. They were like double parked or parked on the sidewalk, and they were just looting like crazy. I seen young, I seen old. Everyone was involved, and I think it could have been handled better by the police department. And I know Mayor De Blasio had his press conference and said that the police responded swiftly and quickly and they were where they're supposed to be. But for hours and hours on end, these people was looting and there was no cops in sight. And no cops in sight. And then even when the cops did show up, I see with my own two eyes around 3 something in the morning when I looked out the window, the looters were walking with bags of merchandise, or some of them is just in their hand, and there was a cop car parked not even a half a block away from them, and they just walked by the police officers and nothing happened. They walked by, and it's crazy the amount of things they stole. They broke into everything to every single pharmacy in the like almost every pharmacy on the concourse between Fordham Road and 100 and yeah and 100 and 183rd Street was broken in and destroyed. Medication gone. So if there were people who needed medication, they couldn't get it on this day. I did not sleep that night. I woke up, and by the time you guys are hearing this, it's been a day after. It's Wednesday, June 3rd. But when I woke up this morning, I decided I was gonna just let me say woke up because I didn't sleep, as I just said, and I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go outside and see how the neighborhood looked. And there was glass everywhere on the sidewalk for blacks on blacks. And some of the things that these stores, these people break into was not even necessary. They broke in. None of it was necessary in my mind. But someone said something to me. Look at how progress is made in a lot of these repression or suppression or whatever the word is. I can't think of the right word right now. But look at how the gays got their right. They burnt a building down. They lit things on fire. They protest. They did basically all the same things that is happening now to get their voices heard, to get their point across. And even though I don't agree with it, I don't condone any of that stuff. I understand. I completely understand. But destroying neighborhoods it's just beside me. I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't wrap my head around it. I mean, they broke into everything. They went into the Dunkin' Donuts and they destroyed the ATM, and then they even burned the Dunkin' Donuts out. They burned it. They even broke into a church. They broke into the Blink Fitness. They broke into the check cashing place and destroyed all the ATMs, and there was one ATM even found outside on the sidewalk, destroyed. They broke into the money wiring places that wires money to Latin America. They went through almost everything. They even broke into a daycare with nothing there. With nothing there. And I seen a community that was outraged. Not by, like, people's minds wasn't on George Floyd anymore. People's mind was like, look what they did to our community. Look what happened. This was uncalled for. That's what I got from P people, and that was people of all different race, ethnicity, culture, as they walk by, and everyone is in gall or what, shock. People couldn't wrap their head around. It's broke into everything, yo.
Wow, this one right here, that was out of pocket.
Broke into church.
You hear me? Not even that it's a church. This shit been here forever.
Yeah. I see right there is
out of pocket, bro.
a daycare. They broke into daycare right there.
Out of pocket. I can never see myself.
I don't know what they broke into a daycare for. What the hell? Oh shit. Everyone had the same expression. This is derailing from the point that you're trying to make. But then, like I said, it goes back to something that was said to me by my dad. How you think the gays or the LGBTQ community got to where they are right now? It wasn't a peaceful protest. They did basically almost the same thing, or they did the same things. So listening to that, I'm like, but why does it have to come that far? Why does it have to come that far? I mean, the LGBTQ community had to fight for their rights, but we already had we're fighting for something that we already had. We're fighting for something that we already have, but we're still fighting for it. That doesn't I really don't understand it, but that's just the way it is. We're fighting for something, for equality, when we're supposed to have equality. It's a law. So the fact that we're fighting for something that we have, I can't wrap my mind around it. Then we have a president who attacked a crowd of peaceful, had the police or parks department, whatever the case may be, attacked and started beating protesters who were protesting peacefully, not doing anything, just so he could have a photo op and posing with a Bible in front of a church. And when he was asked if it was his Bible, he said it's a Bible. Do anybody really believes that this man worships God? He worships money. That's what he worships. He worships hatred. He does not worship anything good. Nothing good whatsoever. So the fact that this was all just a bid for his re-election. This is publicity. He's, just like how he went on the phone with all the governors and yelled at them, telling them that they're weak and that they have to show force. He's coming off like a dictator, not a president. He wants to be our version of Putin. That's what he seems like he's heading to. This country is a democracy. It's not a dictatorship, but I think that's where he wants to go. That's the road he wants to take. He wants to instill fear into people. But the people is not afraid. And I don't think he's getting that yet. I don't think people are looking up to him, especially for a president who's running for re-election. Don't you think Don't you think that instead of threatening people with military action and all and doing publicity stunts like that, wouldn't it be easier for you to just come out and denounce these things? People are looking up for you to unite the country, but instead you're trying to divide the country even more. That's what is going on right now. I just don't understand. Walking through my neighborhood, seeing the things that happened last night, and I couldn't sleep. I really could not sleep. I was just up as the helicopters just flying overhead all night, noise after noise. The looters ringing my bell, all these things. I'm watching them. I'm taking pictures of what I can get pictures of. The pictures are not clear or anything like that, but I did take pictures as much as I can. I wish I had taken a picture of the cop car sitting right there as looters just walk by with merchandise that they have stolen. Even this morning, when as I walked through my neighborhood at 7:15 this morning, people were still looting. I still see people walking on the street with boxes of sneakers. It was still happening in broad daylight. That was because they know the cops were not going to do anything about it. As I stated in my last video, some of these people were proud, and I've never seen uh, any of these people. I mean, some of them were wearing masks, some of them didn't have any masks, but the ones that didn't have, I didn't recognize any of them, and I don't think they're from here. I think they're from blocks away, maybe how far away they come from. I don't know if it's 5 blocks away, 6 blocks away, but they don't live on the side that they're looting. To the fact that they're going in cars and they have cars parked, somebody waiting in the car, getaway drivers, and they're doing that. I seen the same car was just driving through the neighborhood, speeding over red lights over and over and over again with his engine revving up loudly, making so much noise all night. And cop cars are just driving by. I didn't even see a cop car. So, like the mayor said, they eventually responded, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened whatsoever, Mr. Mayor. So, you like to deny things, you don't like to admit to things. And we already know that that's what you are, Mayor de Blasio. We know. It doesn't even surprise me at this point. It doesn't even surprise me at this point that you would sit there and be blind to what actually happened. In the Bronx here, the cops did not respond the way they should have. They should have done, because even the areas right here, 2 blocks away from me, the kids were looting. The cops just drove by with a siren and just kept it moving. Eventually, they stopped. They showed up, but when everything was done, they stood there for about a half an hour and they left. Once they left, the looters were back out. They were back out once they already got it out the area. That's when they moved on. That's when it actually got quiet. And then they were coming from Fordham Road with a ton of stuff. Literally, when I walked outside, the first thing I saw was a man with a laundry bag full of sneakers. And I seen people with garbage bags, shopping carts. All the while, police cars are just driving right past them. That is what I witnessed, Mr. Mayor. That is what I witnessed. So for you to sit there and say, well, malicious intent or whatever people are accusing the police of doing, and you sit there and defend it and whatever, that's not what happened. That is not what happened. And it's not just here. I heard about it from people. I have relatives in Brooklyn, friends in Brooklyn, all told me the same thing. That they seen the same thing. Police drove by and whatever. And I understand. Believe me, I understand. It's just, I understand that the police were overwhelmed. I completely understand that. They were overwhelmed. They were not prepared for that. They were not prepared. But you can't just sit there and pretend like it didn't happen, because it did. I had wished I had taken a video of it or at least a picture. I just didn't. At that point, I was just tired of taking pictures. I was tired of. I didn't even think about that. I'm not the kind of person that sees things happen and the first reaction is to pull out my phone and snap a picture. Maybe I should because that's how things get documented. But I'm not that kind of person that just walks around with my phone ready and just ready to shoot a video of everything that's happening. That's not how I operate. But you went up there and basically tried to deny everything. Then the governor came out and blasted you. You guys did not organize. You did not think about it, about how this was going to go down when you created this curfew. And a lot of people in the neighborhood believed it was you guys invoking this curfew that made this whole riot, this whole looting happen, because there was no such thing like that happening in the Bronx until you guys invoked this curfew. That's when it happened. It started happening in the Bronx. I'm seeing it happening in Helmandhurst, Queens, in the mall. I started seeing reports about that. It came up on the Citizen app with video. So it was just ridiculous. And I'm just sitting there, looking out the window for the basically almost the entire night. I mean, I took breaks because I couldn't do it anymore. I close the window until I hear some loud noise or something, and I look out the shopping carts and things like that, getaway vehicles. It was ridiculous. And this morning I seen a woman who was distraught, so distraught that the ambulance had to come. As she sits there and look at her car, I don't know if they gutted it out first, like steal everything that was in it and then burn it, but all her windows were broken, and her car was just nothing but a shell, a charred shell, and she was just distraught. I mean, and I could completely understand. Some people save up for years before before they get that car, that first car or whatever. I've worked with people who have done that, saved up for a very long time before they can and got that and got themselves a car so they don't have to ride on the train anymore to deal with the train, to then have your vehicle destroyed, and then nobody, who knows if the insurance is going to come cover it. Who knows if the type of insurance they have even covers that, because we all know people was out of work even before all of this stuff happened due to the outbreak, and some people probably went with the cheaper insurance now to not have a vehicle, now to have all your stuff gone. But there's one thing I did see: a lot of these owners didn't even shed no tears. They acted like it was a very normal day. I seen strength in a lot of the owners. They were sweeping up, they swept up, they cleaned up, they boarded up, and it seems like they are already working on getting the store back together. That's what I seen. I seen a lot of strength. I seen some of the owners just outside laughing, conversating with each other, taking pictures and joking about the whole thing. I mean, what else can they do? But it shows the strength that the community have. Even though that they were outraged, a lot of them was the topic wasn't George Floyd anymore. It took away from that. It took away from that. I mean, one of the employees of the Blink Fitness was outside because I guess he lives in the neighborhood, and he was just standing out there, and he was like, there was nothing in there. He's like, we had nothing to do with George Floyd, so why are we being attacked? He's like, there was nothing inside the store. He's like, there was nothing inside the gym. He's like, the only thing they had, the only money they got was what they left in the drawer when they had to shut down because of the outbreak. So they didn't, and they said it wasn't much because usually people pay with cards. So there wasn't that much. There was nothing in there. They they had already moved everything right before the shutdown. So you think some of the places that they break into didn't make sense, and it's true. The church, the church that has been closed for months now, the daycare that has been closed that has been closed for months now. Some of the places they break into, they didn't do anything. They just destroyed it. Every cell phone company, every cell phone place was destroyed. They broke in all the Metro PCS, including one that was newly that was new. That was new. They had just had their grand opening. Yet I seen the owner of one of them just laughing about everything. They cleaned up and they were open for business. Like some of them they cleaned up, they boarded up, and they had the doors open for business. They even went into the furniture shops, but not the big guys like the sleepies or whatever it's called now. They went into the mom and pop ones. Those are the ones they broke into.
I see right there is
Those are the ones they were looting from places that were already hard hit because of the outbreak, and now they're faced with this. Like I said, they went through the Metro PCS, the the cricket store, and countless others. They took cell phones. They broke into the bakery and didn't even take any. They didn't take any cakes or nothing. They just took all the receipts and stuff and throw them outside.
yeah.
I mean, even the Dunkin' Donuts in the area is the favorite of everybody who live in the area. They burned it out.
Yeah, you doing?
They burnt it out. The things that they did, some of the things they didn't even break in. They just broke the window. Just to did it. I seen Chase, the windows for they broke into Chase. They broke into TD Bank, to Apple Bank. They was just going through everything, and some of the things was just to go ahead and to destroy. Some of the things wasn't any point to it. I mean, if you're gonna loot and you're gonna take things, but just to break a window just for the heck of it, plain old destruction. I mean, I never thought I would live in the age where this stuff is going on. I mean, at this point, I want to reset on 2020. 2020 is the worst year ever. We need a reset on 2020. Can we have a reset, or can we have a fast forward? Just get this year over. Maybe by then we'll have a new president, one that can unite the country the way it deserves to be, not one who wants to continue, who wants to capitalize on the division for his own political gain. That is not what we need right now. And everybody out there, you need to go vote. You need to go and vote. Don't loot. You protest, you get your voice heard peacefully, and then you make your voice heard even more when you at the ballot. That's how you make your voice heard. No, I'm not one to say every vote counts, because I know the way the election in this country is structured. Every vote does not count, and I don't want nobody to come in the comment section and tell me that it does, because it doesn't. When it comes to the national election, it does not matter. Electoral college is what matters. So all this about every vote. Now every vote counts when it comes to the local government. That's where every vote counts, and everybody should vote. Everyone. If you have the right to vote, if you're a citizen and you have the right to vote, you go ahead and you vote. That's what you should do. That's where you should make your voice heard. Don't just sit back and expect things is going to change, or sit behind a keyboard, or typing on a phone, thinking that things is going to change, because it's not. It works for certain things, and doesn't work for anything. It works when it works for cancel culture, but it doesn't work when it comes to politics. When it comes to the politic to get what you need for yourself and your community, that that keyboard stuff that does not work. That social media stuff that does not work. Because to be honest with you, like I said, I've said this countless time. I'm not for one side or the other. I said I don't care if you're far left, far right, far up, far down. Doesn't matter to me. It's all about the policies. You guys have to look. You don't have to know about. You don't have to know about po- politics. You ask the candidates what is their plans for your community. You can write them. You can go to a rally. You can do something. There's ways that you can get things done. You. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. But I wish everyone all the best. Stay safe. You know, and these communities that have been looted, they're strong enough to come back. Like I said, I've seen the strength in the owners. I've seen they show this strength. They could have gone crazy. They could have gone mad. They could have gone on a rampage after seeing what happened to their business. But some of them just laughed. I mean, there's the only thing that they can do. It's fine. It's fine. A little bit of laugh in the whole thing. And of course, there's some of them who I know there's some people who might just feel like that's it. They're not going to reopen. They basically lost everything. They don't have the money to rebuild after being out having their stores closed down for however long. This is what we're going through now. This is what we're going through in 2020. I mean, it's a sad situation all around. All around. Sad situation. But, that's it. That's it for this video. I'm Stuttering Drew. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon so you will be notified when I upload a new video. And leave your comments down below. I'm Drew. Stay safe and peace.